heard anything from Elena?
Well, no, I haven't.
Well, that's why I'm late. I've been trying to call her all day. Nobody answers at her apartment.
Well, did you try Maggie's? Maybe Elena went over there for lunch.
Nope, I tried there. She was there about an hour ago, but she left.
Why do you want to see her? Is it something important?
Yeah, it's real important. Well, I guess I'll go try Andy's house. Maybe she's over there going over some of that new material. I'll be in the office.
I think maybe I ought to go over to the apartment and tell Elena that Ruby's looking for her.
Bobby Sue, look, darling, the whole reason that Elena moved into the apartment was to get away from Ruby.
Well, I know, but Ruby says it's real important, you know, and the apartment's just down the street. Oh, and you know, I could look in and see if Susie closed up the beauty parlor all right. Oh.
What's all this about an apartment, Bobby Sue?
Ryan?
Yes, honey.
Why don't you go to the board meeting tomorrow and tell everyone about this Parnell Lawrence thing? Tell them that Mr. Johnson called and thinks that Parnell's the key.
I can't prove it.
Well, if Justin can't prove that you misused the funds and Iris can't prove you killed Alex, that doesn't stop them from accusing you.
Honey, I can't go to the meeting with that story with no evidence to back it up. We'll all have a libel suit in our hands.
We're going to have to wait, Jenny, before we advance on that information.
But if Parnell did kill Alex...
But if he did, and then he suspects that we're onto him, we're not going to be able to prove a thing. Oh, excuse me.
Where's Grant?
He's expecting a call from Fields and Accounting. They're working out a new theory about how the money was misappropriated. And there's Dennis.
Ryan? Jenny?
Hello, Dennis.
Have a seat.
Who else is here?
Pratt. He's over at the phone talking.
Scotch and water, please.
What's on your mind?
Look, I've been thinking about the board meeting. And about you losing your job. Now, I've decided to help you, Ryan, but I've got to have more information.
I just can't give you any.
Look, I know you don't trust anybody right now, and I can understand that. But I made a deal with my mother to support her. If I suddenly support you, then I have got to have some guarantee that you can prove your innocence.
My guarantee is Johnson.
The accountant?
Mm-hmm.
But he's disappeared.
I found him.
Is he in Houston?
Nope.
Well, will he be at the board meeting tomorrow?
No, he can't get here in time. That's why I need a delay.
So Johnson can prove that you're not involved with the misappropriation of company funds.
That's right.
I'll get back to you.
Did you tell Dennis that you found Johnson?
Yeah. I'm sorry I did.
Why?
Honey.
If Justin believes me and finds him, then Johnson's in a lot of trouble.
I thought you said you were going to make a phone call.
Well, I was, but I forgot I had Andy's number in my purse. Now, what was that about an apartment?
Did somebody say something about an apartment?
Is Elena staying in that apartment over your beauty parlor, Bobby Sue? Well, it's easy enough to find out.
Elena moved in about a week ago.
Well, why is it such a big secret? Didn't Elena tell you that she didn't want me to know where she was living? Well, it looks like I'm going to have to take a little walk down the street and get some answers.
I'm going to go back to accounting, talk to Fields, and if we come up with anything, I'll call you.
Okay, Grant, thanks.
Bye.
You know, you're very lucky to have Grant's support.
That's sure true. For this whole mess, he's never been discouraged for a minute.
The Wheelers are a very strong family.
That's right. Now, it's amazing how much Grant reminds me of Alex.
I want to talk to Johnson.
Hello, Justin.
I want to know where Johnson is.
What for? You got a statement involving me in the misappropriation of funds. That's what we're going to present at the board meeting, right?
I want to make sure you haven't threatened him, forced him to change his statement.
You're the one who's been doing all the threatening, Justin. How'd you know that I found Johnson anyway? Dennis went right to your office and told you now, didn't he?
You really don't know where Johnson is, do you?
I'll find him eventually.
Don't you think it's a little late to be playing games, Ryan?
No, I'm not playing games. I don't know what you and Iris promised Dennis in return for his support, but it must have been very important.
Ginny?
I'm sorry. I hope that I was wrong about Dennis.
Yeah. Well, at least I know now I can't count on him.
You tired?
Oh, excuse me. Yes. It's been a long day.
It's not over yet.
I know. Tonight's my last night singing at the Coop.
Hey, you sad about that?
Sort of. I know Billy Joe is going to be real upset with me.
Well, look, when we get to Mexico, you're just going to have to write him a long letter explaining everything.
I don't think it's going to make a difference what I tell Billy Joe. He's not going to understand. You know, Billy Joe's the best friend I ever had.
And
Who is it?
Elena, it's Ruby. Joe, how did she find us here?
the question is not how she found us, but what she's going to do now that she knows we're here. Well, look, she's not going to go away.
Elena, I have to talk to you. It's very important.
Hello, Ruby.
I think Mr. Pete Parnell's business partner, Jim Lawrence, knows you're hiding Joe.
What makes you think that Mr. Lawrence knows about Joe?
Well, I was over there this morning talking to him, and I made a little slip.
What kind of slip?
Well, Mr. Lawrence wanted to know why Elena seemed to have given up her career. So I said I thought she was having personal problems, and he kind of figured out that she had a boyfriend.
Ruby, how could you do that? We had an agreement.
I don't think you should be worried about how it happened. What you should be is grateful that I had the decency to come over here and warn you about it.
Oh, thank you.
Of course, you made it a little hard for me, seeing how you moved apartments.
Ruby, why'd you come over here to warn us?
Because we had an agreement. I still need Elena to sing at the Coop.
That's why Mr. Lawrence was asking me all those questions.
What questions?
About Joe.
Well, why are Mr. Lawrence and Mr. Parnell so interested in Joe, anyway?
Well, maybe it's got something to do with the fact that I used to work for him.
Well, I think you'll be all right, if you're careful. Especially now that you're not staying in Elena's apartment anymore.
Ruby, do you really think we trust you with not turning us in?
A bargain's a bargain. Besides, if I turned you in, I'd just have to get someone to replace Elena at the Coop. And I got too much on my mind to think about that right now. Anyway, Elena's a good draw. So like I said, Elena, as long as you keep your part of the agreement. What's this?
It's a check from my Aunt Maggie.
I can see that. It's for $10,000.
Yes, it's for a loan for furniture for my apartment.
Well, like I said, Elena, as long as you keep your part of the bargain, Joe's safe. I'll see you at the Coop.
Think she believed me about the check?
I don't know.